Now, for my brief moment to talk crap, because like I said, I'm working on my language. I'm growing sick and tired of liberalism. I'm growing sick and tired of Islam. I am growing sick and tired of leftist ideology. I grow sick and tired of Marxism. I grow sick and tired of these things, and I can give a very intellectual, probably hour-long breakdown of historical events, why these things lead to ruin, but I'm just going to say it plainly. Marxism is for losers. Socialism is for losers. Communism is for losers. Feminism is for losers. A majority of the ideologies that you see that say that somebody is your enemy or that somebody is on the opposite side of you, outside of your own control, is your enemy, is an ideology of losers. Collectivism is for losers. Why? Because winners don't need multiple people just to put up a fight for their own life. I'm saying this because I consider myself an individual. And the wildest part about being an individual is understanding, taking accountability, your own self autonomy, and understanding that you are responsible for the judgment of, am I going to screw up my life today or make it better? By me making this video, I decided to make it better by actually giving some helpful advice to someone who is probably going to look at this and be like, hey, this guy's video setup may not be the cleanest and it may not be the fanciest studio, but he's saying a bunch of stuff that I've been dying for somebody to tell me, whether it be through a screen or just outright say out loud. I'm glad I'm here for you. Not gonna even sit here and lie. There's a lot of people out there desperate for mentorship, and I don't want to use the word coward, but that's what I see it as. If you are too afraid to ask for help, I can understand that. For real. There's a lot of people out here who are so afraid to ask for help because either when you were younger, when you asked for help, you got admonished, or you've reached it to the age of where you are, whether you're a teen, 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, you've reached a point in your life where you've done everything by yourself so much to where it's literally a foreign concept for you to ask for help. Don't feel ashamed about it. Asking for help is one of the strongest things that you can do, for the simple fact that when people actually admit their shortcomings, they stop being shortcomings. They end up being short-term goals in order to make you better in the long term. Case in point, I've always been a very adept swimmer, meaning my mom telling me I came out the womb a fish, I can only infer that I was one of those kids who was never afraid of water. However, as my body started to get bigger and things of this nature, I needed to take swimming lessons because the initial fear that I was ignorant to finally came to when I finally started to see people drown, not know how to swim, panic, all these things. Granted, I still picked up. The only thing that improved was that I went from being a natural to actually having technique to actually then making it onto a swim team and then being one of the better freestyle swimmers and or relay swimmers. I just laid out 4 steps in a process that so many people skirt over because they're always looking for a YouTube video or somebody in a really posh suit or some nice hair and makeup and a dress to tell them, hey, here's my 5-step plan to actually accomplish this. I know Nike has a lot of allegations to it, but the one sports brand that I can say has probably the most applicable tagline, just do it. A lot of things in your life you haven't accomplished because you're trying to do it perfect. Just do it. Trying to learn how to save money? Just do it. Trying to learn how to trade in the stock market? Just do it. E-commerce, photography, videography, what else? Fashion design, learning how to sew clothes. YouTube has made it to where formal universities are about to become obsolete. Why? Why put yourself in $100,000 worth of debt on average? Not all, on average. Just to learn a skill that you could have been learning about ever since you started speaking. Some of the most adept people at sewing have been doing it since before they can articulate their fingers. Some of the most articulate singers have been doing it before their vocal cords were ever maturing. A lot of times, what you're supposed to do in life, you already have talent for as a child. Regardless of how many people say it's weird, regardless of how many naysayers there are, be weird, be different. Why? Because when you try to be the same garbage, sloppy soup that everyone else is to try to make yourself seem equitable, you end up losing pieces of yourself that make you unique and truly happy. This is why I said in a couple videos ago, collectivism, communism, all these little isms that draw people together, they drain out all the unique things out of you in order to make you a loyal foot soldier, an NPC. Be a goddamn individual.